It started with a door that clicked shut and changed everything. No cameras, no producers, just whispers outside Mona's locked office, where something was being decided in silence. When that door finally opened, Selma and Mendices were gone, escorted out like strangers. No warnings, no explanations, just the sound of Mona's heels echoing down the hallway as she walked away without looking back. Fans assumed it was about the affair, but that wasn't even close to the truth. What really happened was darker. A deal made behind the scenes that didn't just end their careers, it started to eat away at Mona herself. Within hours, rumors exploded online. Some claimed money had changed hands. Others said it was betrayal buried under fake professionalism. Yandy's silence was too calm, too perfect. Mona's outbursts too rehearsed. Something wasn't right. Someone was pulling strings. And when that truth surfaced, it wouldn't just end friendships. It could destroy the entire show. Because in Mona's world, no firing was random. Every cut had a purpose. And this one was personal. One minute, Selma and Mendices were filming their final confessional, laughing through exhaustion, pretending everything was fine. The next, security guards were leading them off set. No cameras rolled. No one spoke. Only silence and that steady rhythm of Mona's shoes on the tile. Within hours, the network's page wiped them clean. Every photo, every clip deleted. Fans flooded timelines with hashtags. Justice for Selma, Mona did it. But inside production walls, whispers were far louder. A producer came forward, saying he saw Mona in a late-night meeting 2 days before the firing. A brown envelope. A sharp whisper. Handle this quietly. No one knew what was inside until the leak hit the internet. Screenshots. A $150,000 payment labeled confidential settlement. Fans thought it was fake news. But industry insiders recognized the code. That label meant one thing: off-the-books payoffs. Mendices tried going live to defend himself. "This wasn't about the show," he said, voice cracking. "Someone wanted me out. I just don't know who yet." The chat flooded instantly. "Yandy warned you. Selma ruined everything. Mona is covering her tracks." And still, Yandy said nothing. No tweet, no post, no denial, just a friend's cryptic message. Sometimes silence is revenge. Behind closed doors, Mona called an emergency meeting. Writers, PR heads, executives. Her tone was arctic. "From now on," she said, "we call it unprofessional behavior. No interviews, no comments." A nervous assistant dared to ask, "But what if they leak receipts?" Mona leaned forward. "Then I'll bury them before they do." The room went still. Even her loyal staff started wondering, was she protecting the show or protecting herself? Hours later, Selma's Instagram story broke the internet. Tears streaked her face as she whispered, "I gave that show everything, every piece of me. And this is how it ends?" No call, no reason. Then she looked straight into the camera. "You think Mona's clean? Ask her who wired her last week." That sentence changed everything. TikTok detectives got to work, tracing every rumored connection. They linked Yandy's cousin's company to a business matching the wire details. Suddenly, the story flipped. Fans began accusing Yandy herself of orchestrating the takedown from behind the curtain. A revenge disguised as executive discipline. Then came the voicemail. 45 seconds of leaked audio, shaky and raw. You could hear Mona's voice, calm, controlled, lethal. "Selma goes first," she said. "Then we'll deal with him. I don't care how it looks. Make it happen before next week's episode." That single clip changed everything. It spread like wildfire. Fans replayed it frame by frame, convinced it was Mona's voice. If it was real, it meant the firings weren't justice. They were strategy. The next morning, Mendices stormed into Mona's office. "You used me for drama and tossed me like trash," he shouted. Mona didn't flinch. "You made your choices," she said coldly. "I made mine." Then she added something that shattered him. "You weren't the target. Who was? Why?" Security dragged him out before he could answer. And by noon, both Selma and Mendices were banned from the building. But that one sentence from Mona kept echoing everywhere. You weren't the target. That night, Yandy posted a black and white photo of herself standing alone under a spotlight. No caption, just the song Karma by Alicia Keys playing softly in the background. It wasn't subtle. Fans flooded her comments. This woman's playing chess while everyone else plays checkers. Some said she'd won. Others said she'd paid for it. But one thing was clear. This wasn't just a firing anymore. This was a war, and by the time dawn broke, Mona's empire had started to tremble. The chaos didn't fade. It grew louder with every sunrise. The leaks kept coming, each one more explosive than the last. This time, it was alleged DMs between Yandy and Mona, posted by an anonymous insider. The screenshots showed what looked like months of secret coordination. Messages like, "Once they're out, I'll make sure you get covered for the fallout." Another read, "Label it a consulting fee. No one will trace it." The internet went wild. Overnight, the hashtag #OurJusticeForSelma twisted into "Jar Yandy planned it." Fans felt betrayed. Bloggers called it the betrayal of the decade. Comment. Of the decade. Comment. Sections turned into digital battlegrounds. Even the diehard supporters of Yandy began to doubt her. Could she really have paid Mona to destroy her own castmates? That's when Selma returned, her voice trembling but filled with conviction. She posted a voice note that felt less like confession and more like testimony. "Mona looked me dead in the eyes and said it was just business," she whispered. "But you don't ruin lives for business. You do that for payback." Her words cut deep. Her pain felt raw, unfiltered. And once again, the internet listened. Then came the bombshell, a 3-minute phone call between Mona and an unidentified woman believed to be Yandy. The audio was crystal clear. First laughter, then Mona's cold tone sliding through the speakers. "She thought she could play you and still keep her spot. Don't worry, by the time the reunion airs, she'll be gone, and he'll follow. Consider that debt paid." That single phrase, "consider that debt paid," became the internet's obsession. Edits, remixes, and breakdowns flooded TikTok and YouTube. Creators slowed the clip, zoomed in on red carpet photos of Yandy smirking, syncing the laughter from the audio to her smile. And through it all, Mona stayed silent. No denials, no confirmations. Just silence that felt more dangerous than words. Meanwhile, Mendici's world was collapsing. He texted Selma late one night, messages that later leaked, of course. "Mendices, you think I knew?" Selma, "You didn't stop it." Mendices, "I couldn't. You were already marked." That one word, marked, turned into a storm. Everyone wanted to know who marked her and why. A former producer finally spoke up on a podcast, his voice shaking. "Yandy's been setting this up for months," he said. "That $150,000 wasn't random. It was a deal. She gave Mona what she needed, money, silence, and loyalty. And Mona cleaned house in return. But what Yandy hadn't planned for was the backlash. Sponsors started backing out. Brand partners ghosted her overnight. Even her husband, the man who once stood by her through everything, quietly unfollowed her on social media. His post that followed said it all. Even revenge costs something you can't buy back. Inside the network, Mona tried to regain control. She held a private board meeting, but someone recorded it. Her tone was different this time, strained, tired, human. "They want me to take the fall," she said. "But I wasn't the one who started this. I was doing what was asked, what was paid for." That recording leaked too, and suddenly the entire narrative flipped again. The story wasn't about an affair or gossip anymore. It was about corruption, manipulation, and how power could buy silence. Weeks passed. The internet stayed obsessed, and then Selma came back one final time. She went live. No tears, no fear, just truth. "You took everything from me," she said, staring straight into the camera. "My name, my reputation, my career, all because I got too close to what you were hiding." She reached into a drawer, pulled out her phone and said, "But here's what Mona didn't know. I recorded everything." The live exploded. Over 2 million people watched in real time as Selma played a 10-second clip. Mona's voice echoed cold and deliberate. Yandy paid for this. She wanted them out. I just made it happen. If this gets out, we both burn. That was it. 10 seconds that burned down an empire. The next morning, the fallout was nuclear. Mona was officially suspended. Yandy's brand deals vanished. The network went dark. And yet Mona didn't deny the tape. She simply posted a cryptic message on her story. Loyalty isn't free, and betrayal always comes with interest. Fans split instantly. Some called Selma a hero. Others swore the entire scandal was staged for attention. But deep down, everyone felt it. Mona's once untouchable empire was crumbling. Then came one final twist. A private email leaked, allegedly sent from Mona to Yandy just hours before everything broke. It read, "They think you won? But you'll see soon enough. I never lose control." That one message changed everything again. Suddenly, people started asking, what if this was Mona's plan all along? What if she sacrificed herself to take down everyone else? Now Selma has disappeared from the spotlight. Yandy's pages are silent, and Mona hasn't been seen in weeks. But insiders whisper she's working on something new, a counterattack, a redemption project. Because in Mona's world, stories don't end. They just reset. And if you think this saga is over, you're wrong. The next leak, the next audio, the next betrayal, it's coming. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.